Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to another episode brought to you by the pen collector, Bogdan. Guys, I've missed you a lot. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to publish new videos from the hospital. It was quite a difficult experience for me. You probably know that I had a surgery. It was a simple laparoscopic intervention, but due to the fact that I'm overweight, believe it or not, guys, I weigh around 120 kilograms, so I'm a fat collector. And because of the laparoscopic intervention, which means that my stomach was filled with air. I'm sorry, I don't know the medical terms, but my fat belly applied pressure on my lungs, and I had to be intubated for 3 nights at intensive therapy, and I had to breathe through a special gizmo. But I recovered, and now I'm fine, guys, and I'm ready to deliver each and every day new content to this channel. While I was in the hospital, it appeared on the market this new number of the magazine, which appears in my country, Romania. It is called Collectible Fountain Pens, and this is number 2. I believe that this appeared on the 28th or the 29th of February, so I was in the hospital, but I asked my friends to buy this for me. This time this had a price of 49.99 leis, which means approximately 10 euros or 12 or 13 American dollars. And it comes like this. I've already opened it. So it contains this magazine and this fountain pen. Okay, guys, let's start with the magazine because it's really a short magazine, and of course it contains this beautiful, elegant fountain pen. It reminds me of the ST DuPont I have in my collection. This time number 2. The fountain pen of the number 2 magazine is called Argenta, maybe from the silver look of the fountain pen, and I will try to translate for you. So, Collectible Fountain Pens, The Pleasure of Writing, the number 2 of the magazine. And it contains some part about the history of the writing, especially the Sumerian and the cuneiform writing samples. Next, yes, like I told you, this writing over here, some pictogram, ideograms, and different types of the writing language, guys. Okay, next we have the history of the fountain pen nib in the section of the art of the fountain pens. It has some interesting article about the appearance and the evolution in the design and material used for the fountain pen nib. Interesting, guys. If you see right here, I will try to zoom on it. It has one fountain pen that I recently reviewed on my channel, which I got for a steal. This one over here, a Parker Vacuumatic. I believe made in Canada, by the way it looks. Very similar to the one that I've shown you. Of course, I will leave a link at the end of the video with that review of that wonderful blue azure celluloid beauty. And again, the evolution of the fountain pen nib, and of course the appearance of the gold nib. Okay, now we have the presentation of a famous brand, an American brand. it was developed in the United States of America by an insurance guy, and it's interesting the story. Now, if I'm not wrong, Waterman is based exclusively in France, and all its writing instruments are made in France, and it has a nice history about that. Now we have a presentation of a famous classic fountain pen, the Parker Snake, and the reissue of this model in 1997 as a limited edition. Quite nice, interesting, and elegant fountain pen. And now the pleasure of the writing, and we have a famous female author. And by the way, because this video will be aired on the 8th of March, I want to wish all my female audience a nice celebration, and I will send you a virtual flower to each and every one of you. I know that my channel has lots of male audience, but I'm pretty sure that among you are also ladies that love the fountain pens, and they watch my channel, and I want to thank you for that, ladies. So now a famous Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, and something about her literary activity. It's interesting. I didn't know that she lived between 1775 and 1817. So one of the first female authors, famous authors, quite nice. She was born in England, and I'm pretty sure that if you didn't read one of her novels, you definitely seen a movie about Pride and Prejudice. Okay, and this is the content of the magazine. It's quite interesting if you are passionate about the art of writing. But now let's focus on the main collectible fountain pen of this magazine. So it comes in the same pack as the old one came in, which I have over here. I will leave it over there. And it opens like this. You push it here. On the back we have a code bar and the name of the fountain pen, Argenta. Now I can remove it. I like the design. At first glance, I was pretty sure that this is a ballpoint pen, and by twisting it, it will reveal to this part the mine. But no, it is a fountain pen with an interesting design. Again, it reminds me a lot of a recent review I did on the ST DuPont. I will leave also a link at the end of the video with that fountain pen. I'm sorry I don't have it available right now on my desk to show it to you. But let's check out this beautiful metallic fountain pen, the Argenta fountain pen. As you can see, it has this interesting metallic design, and for me the most interesting design element is this part, which is quite narrow, and it appears to be like the grip of a ballpoint pen, but no, it's like this. Interesting that we have a flat ending also on the cap. The cap has an interesting design of the clip. It reminds me of the Pelican Jazz clip, and it has this part over here. I bet it has a springy nib, but no, it's quite a stiff clip. I thought it was springy because of this design, but no. Now let me see. I think we have a pressure fit cap. Yes, I'm not wrong. And it reveals this grip section. It is a plastic feed. I'm sorry, the grip section is here. It is quite plain, but it ends in this ring, which is quite interesting. Now we can see the plastic feeder, and on the plastic feeder we have a number 3. And now let's return and let's see the nib. Whoa, quite a nice ornated nib. On it we have engraved Iridium Point, Germany. I'm not so sure this nib is made in Germany. I suspect all the fountain pens from this collection are made somewhere in China. It was maybe a special order, but quite an elegant fountain pen, and I can't hardly wait to write with it. Despite the fact it is a metallic fountain pen, it's quite light. And by the way, guys, I will leave its dimensions on the screen. And now let's check it out. We can turn it like this. And it reveals the barrel section. We now can check if we have included yes, we have a cartridge included, only one, but it's sufficient for me to do a writing sample with it, guys. So for the writing sample I have this paper here. Now quite a heavy barrel, you can see, but nice and elegant metallic one. What I like about this pen, I'm sorry guys, yes, I was searching for the grip section with the nib. What I like about this fountain pen is, as you can see here, I think that this is also a metallic piece, and we have also a metallic piece here. So I love when they do it metallic piece, because it means we have a strong fountain pen. I'm quite curious to see how it writes. Let me zoom on it for a little bit. Yes, so we have this included. And by the way, guys, when you see this ending with this plastic blue one, it's definitely a sign that this is a cartridge made by a Chinese producer. I will check if it's compatible with other cartridges, but it should be compatible. Let me insert this one. Yes, you have to push it real well. And I think, yes, it's inserted correctly. You remember, guys, that when we have this, we can apply pressure on the cartridge, but this time this cartridge being made in China, it has a thick plastic, so you have to apply lots of pressure, but without too much effort. We can see it writes quite well for the first time. So now I'm ready to close it, and now I will test for you guys if we can cap it. Yes, and it appears it has a click mechanism somewhere out there, and it is quite well designed. So guys, you can see inside of it a plastic part which covers that metallic part. Well, this is a good thing because we won't see micro scratches on the barrel. But one of the bad things about this system is the fact, by doing this and repeating this operation over and over again, it puts much stress on that plastic material, and after a time it will fail, it will deform, because it's quite material, a non-resistant material, let's say. So it is a clever idea, and you can see that we hear that click sound, and this means it's securely posted. And it's interesting that the designers thought to leave a little room for the metallic part not to scratch the body. This is quite interesting. But in a way it has its drawbacks, because you can see that we can turn it so it's securely fixed, but it's not held in the firm position, so we can rotate it. It's not a bad thing, but it's quite annoying when you hold it like this and it can move. So it depends on the way you write with it. So before I will start my writing sample, I will change the angle of the camera, guys, for you to see better what I'm doing. So I'm sorry, just a little bit. Yes, now I am ready to show you what it can do. So this fountain pen is called Argenta. Quite nice. I suppose it was made in China. I'm not so sure. Made in China. The cost of it is around 49.99 lays. So approximately 10 euros or 12 American dollars. By the way, guys, I was in hospital before this dreadful war in Ukraine started. So I know that the monetary course has skyrocketed in the last days. So maybe 49.99. It means that it's less than 10 euros or maybe more, but approximately I did €1 for 5 lays, and this is approximately the calculation. Now I believe that €1 is 5 and 5.10 lays. So because of the war, the prices fluctuate a lot, and the course of the gold is rising. So roughly 10 euros or 12 American dollars it costs this magazine. Okay, made in China. It has a steel nib, as you can see. Judging by the way it writes, I should say we have an M for a medium nib. Let me test how, and I will give you a zoom for that, guys. Let me see if we have some flex to this nib. No, definitely not a flex nib, no flex here. Let me see if we have a line variance. So this is without pressure and this is with pressure. I don't see, maybe a little. Let me see, I can see a little line variance. It seems to me quite a wet nib. Let me test it for you guys. Yes, you can see. Now let me see if we can do a signature with it. Yes, quite a nice signature because it's quite a wet nib. I'm curious to see now if we can reverse write with it. Whoa, yes. Reverse writing. Definitely a possibility, guys. And I believe it writes like an F for a fine nib in comparison with an M, which it usually writes like a medium nib. Okay, guys, now I've done all the tests. I'm ready for you to see how the fox is doing. So let me zoom a little bit. Yes, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. What can I say, guys? I'm quite impressed with this fountain pen. In my opinion, it is a beauty. The only downside I see on it is this design with the plastic part, but you can always write with it uncapped. Being a metallic fountain pen, I prefer to use it uncapped because capping it makes it quite a heavy fountain pen. But as you've seen on the measurements, it's not so heavy for it being a metallic beauty. So this is a metallic beauty. In my opinion, I think it's worth all the money is asking. So 10 euros or 12 American dollars, it's a bargain for this fountain pen. And I'm quite happy that someone bought it for me while I was in the hospital. So guys, it's back to be part again, is back to deliver new content to this channel. I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are, guys. So have a nice day. But most of all, I wish you all the health in the world. It's still a pandemic out there. It is also the war, which is quite close to my country, Romania. And I just pray for peace, and maybe you have time to pray also for peace. Some terrible images are coming from Ukraine. I almost can recognize some of the buildings because we are so close to Ukraine, and sometimes with my imagination, I think the war is happening right in my country. So, if you have time, pray for those who need, but also take care of yourself, guys. And I will see you again at the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please support my activity by subscribing, and in return I will promise to deliver new and interesting content, both in vintage fountain pen, but you can see also in new fountain pens, in interesting fountain pens suitable for all ages. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you all. Bye bye.